Hello. I never thought I would have done this, but I feel like I'm having to make a contextual or second part to the video where I talked about my experiences and my interactions with some of the people that were in the Quiet on Set documentary. I felt the need to do this due to my anxiety, my fears, and everything else I deal with, which is not a bad thing. Hopefully, this video is not too long, but I wanted to address and add context and answer some questions that I've been seeing online in the wake of watching my video and the documentary. So, for many reasons, I wanted to say I do not verbally say the correct things all the time. My words get jumbled through my brain before they come out of my mouth. My brain is all over the place. So I don't have a PR department to address all this legally or correctly. I'm just me. And I am what I am. I sound like Popeye. But I just felt the need to do this. So hopefully I don't speak too long. And let's get it right out of the way with the first very, very important issues that I wanted to state. First off, and this is in no disrespect to the actual victims, but people have been commenting and saying thank you for coming forward about your abuse and stuff like that. And I do not feel or believe I am a victim because nothing happened to me physically. And I don't know if people are misconstruing what they see or what they hear. I just spoke about my experiences with some really weird interactions. After watching the documentary, I had those memories in my brain. They've been there my entire life because they were so memorable at the moment, and I knew they were weird, but then the documentary brought me out of it and made me want to talk about it. But I do not believe or feel as I'm an actual victim. So when I read those statements, I just want to let you know there are real victims out there. And I don't believe I was one of them. Thank the good Lord, thank the blessings, thank, my parents and everybody else and myself for recognizing situations and standing up for myself and having people that cared for me and a good family environment for the most part. I was brought up with God in my life, and that helps with the family dynamic and the loving and the support. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I do not believe I am a victim. So, yeah, there's that. Now, I had to make a public statement. I didn't have to, but I felt it was needed to contextually put all of my thoughts in a better direction or a better way of understanding about everything, because I've been getting asked a lot of questions about, my time on the set of Salute Your Shorts, my show, and I just needed to make a public statement. So I wrote it a couple of days ago. I'm going to read it here again because people don't want to watch maybe this full 10-minute video. So let's get it out of the way. And this hopefully will answer a lot of questions per my video and what I talked about. In response to the many questions about my experience as an actor on Nickelodeon in the 90s in the wake of the excellent docu-series Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of TV. First and foremost, my heart goes out to all those affected by the actual abuse. Our show, Salute Your Shorts, was not plagued by these situations. We had a beautiful family environment and work structure, not without its hiccups. But it was a good experience in my life, so I thank Nickelodeon and our cast and our crew for building a great environment for us kids. There does need to be some education and procedures done to enhance and protect the kids moving forward. That is why I am grateful for the ones speaking out about their trauma and telling their experiences in hope of better days ahead for our community. That is my public statement. Now, I still get questions about Salute Your Shorts, and I want to let everybody know every show has problems or issues, maybe not as dire or as the ones the documentary speaks about. But for my experience on Salute Your Shorts, everything was fine. Everything was fine. From my experience, I cannot speak for others. I didn't foresee any of that real bad stuff happening, except for the one instance where I spoke about meeting an executive and hanging out with him at Universal Studios. And then when he invited us to his hotel to watch like the latest movie, because you got to remember back then, like it's like airplanes. They would have like the movie in a hotel like theater, not in a hotel theater, but you know what I mean, in a hotel room. With they'd have a movie that's just out of theaters, like from a month ago, and then it would be 2 or 3 months till it's on VHS. So, but yeah, my experience on Salute Your Shorts was great. Of course, we had hiccups, we had fights, there was issues, behind the scenes. Adults had family problems or whatever problems, and it all affects us. But thank the good Lord, we were not plagued, to my knowledge, with any of this other really, really serious stuff. So I just want to get that out of the way. I love everybody on Salute Your Shorts, and everything seemed really good. The producers and everybody, they had a handle on everything. They were great people. They spoke up for us whenever there was problems that happened. They handled it with the quickness. Whether an adult or crew member or something had an issue or a problem or something bad happened outside of our realm or spectrum, they handled it. And if you guys do want to know some behind the scenes story, there is a good book out there called Slimed, The Golden Age of Nickelodeon. And there's a lot of interviews with some of the cast members from many various shows and about some of the situations behind the scenes. So check that book out. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying it was a really good book called Slimed, The Oral Age of Nickelodeon. And then another question I got is why I didn't give a name for the executive that befriended me, and we hung out at Universal Studios and stuff, and who invited me to the hotel to watch one of those latest movies. Why I did not name that executive. Okay, nothing happened to me. It was a scary instance. It could have went further, but it didn't. So I didn't feel the need to like name people when, in my knowledge, to me, nothing happened. And to this person, I followed their like career or history, and I never heard of any allegations or anything with this individual. So I was done with it. And again, later in life, I don't know what they're doing truly now, but nothing happened to me, so I can only speak from my experiences, and that's why I'm not going to name anybody, because in my knowledge, they did nothing wrong. I mean, just hanging out and asking, kids to watch a movie in a hotel, I mean, that technically now with my mental capability and my age, that's wrong. So, but that's why I didn't name anybody because I'm kind of done with it. I moved along back then, you know, but these are all my memories, and I can only speak about my experiences, and all I can do is move on from there. But I know so many people out there, want to convict this person based off of my stories or my interactions or the weird moments or the scary situation that could have been worse. They want to convict this person. So that's why they want to find out who they are. And again, I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But that's why I didn't name anybody. And then I got a bunch of people asking why I kept saying, Brian Peck was alleged. He was alleged. Well, again, I'm worried about legal avenues. In today's day and age, they want to sue and crush everybody for defamation, for telling a story, saying words, giving your opinions, your experiences. And I kind of live in fear. I'm one of those people, and I'm afraid of all that stuff. So I don't know what's legal or not. So that's the only reason why I said, alleged and stuff like that when it pertained to those situations. I don't mean any disrespect to the actual victims. And, now that I think about it, since a court of law convicted him and he is on tape, as I kind of forgot that moment, but he is on recording of tape of doing these events, hence why he was convicted. I guess I can say the abuser, without no remorse. But that's why I said alleged, is because I have all those fears, and I'm just a simple man. I'm just a simple man. All I want to be is left alone. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't be laughing at this situation, but it's kind of scary. And when you get scared, sometimes you go to comedy because, this is very serious and sensitive subjects. What was that song that I was singing? Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching. Again, sometimes you go to comedy in scary moments. Kind of like the Ned's Declassified people. I think they made a video talking about the event. About the documentary, and yeah, they should have had a little more clash at that moment. That's just my opinion. For my first video, or hopefully my only or last video, but I at least sat down and talked about it because it was a serious subject. For Ned's Declassified cast members, they're young and healthy and sprite, and they're running around having a good time. Have a little bit more decorum next time if you can, but I ain't going to hold it against you. I'm sure you guys are great people. We'll leave it at that. And I just want to let everybody know that moving forward, I don't want to address this anymore. I told my interactions, I told my stories, the situations that happened to me that kind of stayed with my memory, that I realized again after watching the documentary. And I don't have any other really tremendous memories of anything else in that vein of possibly grooming or whatever might have been happening at the moment per my stories. I don't have any more recollections of those type of moments. Trust me, they would have came to me after reliving all of this and talking about it. So I kind of don't want to address this anymore moving forward. I have been contacted by reporters and of the like to talk more on it, but I don't feel the need to. And I hope they can respect that. And I cannot add anything else except what my memories are, what my experiences were, and how I kind of felt at that moment. And then now as an adult looking back, I'm like, woo, those are you know, red flags for those individuals. Um, Man, there's a lot of girlfriends in my life. I wish I would have witnessed the red flags back then. Comedy. I mean, that's truth though. But yeah, so I kind of don't want to address this moving forward. Hopefully, this is my last video addressing all this stuff. Thank you to everybody that's chimed in and said thank you for telling your experience, your stories, and all the subs and the people that found me again through all of this. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but hopefully this is my last video. I want to get back to the love. And again, for all the victims and everything in this documentary, this is opening up a lot of people that are talking, maybe legislation, education, some more actual victims will come out, and these people, will hopefully find some sort of justice or anything to heal moving forward from this documentary. That's why I want to thank the producers and everybody that worked on the doc, all the participants. You guys are all loved and you're all beautiful, and everybody thanks you. Honestly, they do. Thank you very much. But again, like I said, I don't want to address anything moving forward. I told you guys my experiences, my stories, and look, we're at 17 minutes. Great. So there's that. Now, I just wanted to address one question that I get a lot. They're like, oh, my childhood is ruined. My childhood is ruined after hearing all of the stories in this. And people are like, oh, Hollywood, I don't want my child to become an actor or ever. And I get that. I understand all of that. But let's be honest. These are sad things that happened. And thank goodness it's coming into the light, like I just said. But this should not ruin your experiences of being a younger child and watching the performances and the shows and that good feeling you had while you were watching it. Please keep that love and that respect in your heart for all the actors, the performers, the crew, everybody that did their best of a job to create that entertainment so you could have laughs. I understand the skits, the writing, the producing, a lot of it is concerning. I get it. And like I said, with this documentary, things in the future for entertainment for children will hopefully not be that bad. I say hopefully because it's a scary world. And if you want to get into acting and performing, I think there should be a school or an educational course that every child actor, once they get an agent or they become SAG-AFTRA, or even before they book a job, or even after, before they book a job or after they book a job, the parents or somebody should be required to get an education on what to look for and all that, so that way they can get a better knowledge and they can be more educated at red flags. Again, I don't know how that'll work. I'll leave that up to the intelligent people to figure out those type of classes or education or procedures legally, however that may be. I'll leave it up to them. But don't give up your love in your childhood and or Nickelodeon. I know that sounds really weird because they are responsible for hiring and all this stuff happening under their watch. But hopefully, again, even for these big companies and these big production companies and studios, better days ahead. And so don't give up the love for your childhood and for all the stuff that you saw and witnessed. It hurts your heart right now. It hurts your heart right now. But find your love and your passion to go back to it things will be better. I will leave it at that. I thank you guys for spending this Saturday with me, listening to me, and on to bigger and better things. And let's start finding the fun and the excitement in life. And let's relive our good memories moving forward. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed. Hate can't hurt happy. So let's try to be happy. Oh, also thank you to Alexa, Nicholas, producers of the show, and everybody that's going out there doing their best to change, to make better change for the community. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you.